What we can promise you is emotionally captivating marketing collateral in photo and video. Okay. And we can promise you broad scale, broad exposure. Okay.
Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case.
We are headed to a house where an agent bought it, handled all the renovations, and he tried to sell it himself, and he's having trouble doing that. He's seen that we've had a lot of success nearby in the Hollywood Hills, so he's asked us to come over to consider co-listing it with him, so this should be interesting. We are now driving in Laurel Canyon, historic neighborhood. Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, Janis Joplin, lots of music was written up here. If there's a folksy kind of, a folksy section of the Hollywood Hills, we're in it.
See how only one car can fit?
Many of the streets in Laurel Canyon are ultra narrow. This street up here that we're heading up, Stanley Hills, is one of the hardest streets to live on in the Hollywood Hills. That said, we're about to drive by probably the hardest house to sell on Stanley Hills, which is the best one, which I sold for a number that will likely never be beaten. This
104?
No, 2246, I believe. It's coming up on the left here. It's this big, all these homes are like kind of, you know, Laurel Canyon-y bungalow feeling, and then right here to the left there's this monster tower of a contemporary. We sold that. We're now being invited over, as I said earlier, by an agent who did a development play here. Did we pass it? I think we did. It's 2104?
I said 2104 and you were like, no.
When did that happen?
2104?
No, 2246.
Seconds ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
shoot. Yeah, it's 2104.
Okay.
Oh, the numbers are going down. We do need to turn around one more time.
Okay.
I'll take this. Hi. Guys, this is another great part of Stanley Hills. There's no service. Don't park in the red.
Really? I feel like there's no authority up here.
That's going to be your risk to take. Okay.
I would just park here.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that? I only hire bold dialers. This place is pretty awesome. Like normally when something's been on for a while, like you expect there to be something's missing, and we get there and there's like a dead body inside.
Yeah, I really haven't seen anything glaring as to why this didn't sell.
No, and also this is a little bit of a tougher street for the neighborhood, but where it's sited, it's actually really serene. Kind of the traffic and the congestion happens way lower on the street, closer to Lookout and Sunset. And they did a really good job. The materials are good. It's staged really well. There's a lot of space. I mean, and talking with the owner, it's really decked out. Yeah, look, there's a ton of natural light, and also a lot of these homes they're just kind of built into the hillside. This is all this outdoor space, and it makes the house live larger, which makes it easier to sell, and that is the California dream, indoor-outdoor living. Oftentimes we'll inject like a Pinterest-style photo. It's not just wide, wide, wide. We'll put in a photo of that feels like the composition of a website where people go and obsess over design and save photos to kind of wake them up. We're gonna go talk to the seller. We want to give you everything, but obviously some of this has to be confidential. So we'll show you as much as we can of pitches, but oftentimes it's gonna be on the way and then on the way out. So that's it. We're on our way.
The only reason I would want to co-list was to act as gatekeeper. I don't mind giving you a higher percentage or anything like that. I'm not You know, it's not a big game changer in my mind. But I do need to watchdog it, unfortunately, because
That's fine.
I don't need a neighbor walking in who knows enough to cause trouble.
We just keep it in the back of our mind
Yeah.
if it continues on and like no one's coming through, because what we can promise you is emotionally captivating marketing collateral in photo and video.
Okay.
And we can promise you broad scale, broad exposure.
Okay.
The one thing you get with us is we will cancel out everything else. The only thing left can be the number. Because we'll make it look so good. And I think it's a great house that we can make look really good.
That's a big promise.
No, I know we can. I know it. You can send our portfolio. You'll be like, whoa. And some of the houses, you'll be like, this looks sick, and we'll be like, it was okay.
Like, we sold a house with no closet space.
I'm intrigued.
Like, we know exactly the
house was this?
instructions. Davies had no closets.
So if you decide, and hopefully you won't have to go lower on price, you'll be able to do it and rest, not easy, but easier.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Tyler, what did you think of that?
First and foremost, I would just want to say I didn't get a ticket.
Oh,
Right?
that's right. Tyler was right.
No parking enforcement, no authority in Laurel Canyon. That's the best thing. Secondly, I really like the house. There was nothing crazy except for the railing on the stairway.
Yeah.
Didn't fit the rest of the house. I really like him. He seems cool. He seems like easy to get along with and reasonable guy. I think we could totally sell that house. I've never seen that. I don't know how. It hasn't come up in any of our the comps we've pulled.
Average home sale in the last 3 years in that entire neighborhood is $2.2 million. And he is listed currently at 2.5, but we're already kind of above what the normal ceiling of a market for that product is. A lot of times with these kinds of listings that have been on for a while, usually the two factors are an unreasonable seller and or unreasonable expectations on price. I think it's a good house, a reasonable seller, and he's within shooting distance of the price. I think it's totally sellable.
We can do such a good job.
I think I'm pretty stoked about that house.
What street did Jimi Hendrix live on?
I have no idea.
Wasn't he on Purple Haze Street?
We need to start making a jar where our director,
Purple Haze?
we have a director here, you guys.
Where's the Prince?
We're gonna make a jar, and the jar is gonna be like every time Brian makes a corny joke, he's got to put $1 in the jar.